I asked people in VRChat about their biggest regrets. When was the last time you cried and why?
Last time I proper full cried? Last year when my granddad passed away from dementia. It was 2 years ago.
Well, I guess I did rewatch Anohana and I did bawl in that again.
I don't remember actually. I don't really cry that much. I think it was during that my dog died. That was a while ago. Christ, 2015, 2016.
About almost 7 years ago, and it was because one of my dog died.
What is Anohana for the people that don't know?
It's an anime, but it's about a ghost, and there's a bunch of emotional stuff that happens.
Probably last night. A couple days ago, I saw an anime ending that was traumatic. I finished Banana Fish.
Either earlier today or yesterday. I just get really bad anxiety and just really bad paranoia at the moment.
2 days ago, because unfortunately 2 of my friends decided to end our friendship. Unfortunately, it wasn't on the best of terms.
What do you think is the difference between regret and guilt?
Regret is something that you could have done, but didn't.
If you regret something, it's like you did something that you didn't really want to do it.
Regret is pretty much when you regret doing something.
With regret, you can't take it back in a way. When you regret something, it's like, I regretted doing this.
Regret is necessarily less than guilt. Well, it's necessarily actually the same if you look at it one way.
I think regret is you constantly thinking, what could I have done?
Guilt is something that you did that you regret doing. If you regret not helping someone, that's just regret. You're not guilty of not helping them.
And guilt is when you feel guilty of something, you want to make amends for it.
But when you feel guilty, there's a possible chance where it can be taken back.
Because you can regret something, and then you can feel guilty for doing something.
But guilt is like you did something, but like it was worth it, but like you feel guilty for doing it.
Versus feeling guilt is making a mistake and knowing that you could have prevented it.
What's one thing you still feel guilty about?
I think I don't really feel much guilt. I think what I do feel is regret.
It's not really like personal stuff. It's mainly dumb shit that I have done on the internet that I want to stay buried forever.
I will say the things I feel guilty of is not noticing the signs of being scammed, because I remember quite a few times where I got scammed and I felt guilty, like I should have known they were scams.
Well, I wouldn't say guilty, but I did threaten to set up this one kid in like middle school in a jokingly way.
There's a lot I do feel guilty about still. How I left one of my exes.
What was the biggest thing that you lost out of those scams?
3 or 4 unusual hats in Team Fortress 2.
Breaking my friend's finger by accident.
So I had a good friend of mine pass away a couple of years ago, and I just feel guilty that I wasn't there for him more.
Wait, you threatened to what?
Like cut him up, put him in a box, and then send that to his family. I didn't fully mean it, but it just happened. I don't know why I said it.
How did you break your friend's finger?
He had his hand like on the ground and I was like crawling because I dropped something. My knee hit his finger and like broke it. You can see like the bone popping out.
Yeah, actually. I have a lot of people that I lost contact with that I never got to say goodbye before they died.
Why do you still feel guilty?
Nah, I was just sent to the office. There was a cop next to me and the principal on the other side with my mom on the call. I'm like, Mom, I wasn't actually doing that. I was just kidding. I wasn't gonna do anything.
Because of the way I left them. This was December 31st of the 2019 New Year's party.
Yeah, because it definitely did not help me when I wanted to defend myself, like saying these guys were bothering me. They're just gonna say, after we bothered you, you started throwing chairs at us.
I was talking to my ex at the time. Then one specific time I just blocked him on everything. I haven't talked to him since.
Because I should have known it was a basic scam and I fell for it, like everyone does.
Yeah, he's one of my good friends. Like I didn't want to do that to him.
I feel guilty because I was the one who cut contact.
I was kind of his only friend at this point, and he was my best friend, and I couldn't answer his text for a couple of days.
If I would have said goodbye, if I would have said you can keep going, they probably would still be here.
Because my parents took away my internet and my phone, and I just feel really guilty. I should have fought more to save him. I should have fought more against my parents, and I just feel guilty all the time because of that.
If you enjoyed what you're watching so far, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your own opinions. Now back to the video. What's one thing that you still feel regretful about?
I think a bit of both. Guilty that I should have known it, but also regret it because I went forward to it.
There was this one girl in school that I kind of did get along with when we sat together during math. I regret not telling her to hang out with her more and get to know her.
All the times that I could have gone out with friends, I regret not going out with them. because there were times that they just needed someone to talk to. I regret not going.
Regrets? Yeah, I think I regret those as well. I think it's more regrets over guilt. You're laying in bed or going to sleep and your brain just something funny. It's like, hey, you remember that thing that happened? Don't you regret it? I just, it's like, hey.
Is there anything else that you feel regretful of?
I kind of feel regretful not trying to improve my reading and being better at school. Due to my disabilities, it made it pretty damn difficult.
Not punching my ex-fiance in the face when I could have.
I think not seeing the signs earlier. I think not voicing my opinions out a little bit earlier. Not being more open and honest with myself.
Not hugging my mom a lot.
And why do you still feel regretful?
Because she does a lot for me.
Because from the memories that I have, she seemed pretty cool, and maybe I could have had a cool relationship with that one girl.
I think because I don't have any sense of closure. For example, the friendship ended. I was immediately blocked. I was kind of just left to kind of deal with my own emotions.
I had the opportunity. I had like people to back me up in case a full fight broke out, and I didn't punch him in the face. He was very abusive, toxic, pushed my family away, pushed my friends away. I couldn't take it anymore when I went to go get my stuff from him. Should have punched him, but I was so scared.
If you guys have any suggestions for the types of questions you would like me to ask the people of VRChat, make sure you leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.